Good morning, everyone. So our today's session is for chapter number 21, that is Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. So definitely this word itself is something unique where it is not act, but rather it is called as code. See, if we talk about insolvency and bankruptcy, I would like to discuss before we start on, chapter or we discuss something about this provisions law, but I would like to discuss with you, what do you mean by insolvency? There is one word, insolvency and bankruptcy code 2016. What was before that? What is the situation currently? All things we will discuss. But yes, before I discuss anything with chapter or the meanings, again, I would like to tell you one thing. This chapter is of very much importance because in CS executive level, only glimpse of the chapter is given. But yes, if I talk about CS professional, this chapter will come again in detail where it will definitely give you a good number of marks when it comes to weightage, right? So at executive level, all they have given is just a glimpse of the chapter. But yes, at professional level, it is quite detailed. So हमें यहाँ पे खाली इसको समझना है कि इस चैप्टर में क्या है, इसका बेसिक आइडिया क्या है और ये कोड क्यों आया. So before I go with the chapter, let's understand this. Yes. So I'm writing here insolvency and bankruptcy. So let's check. Now I'll tell you something interesting here. This act is not, or this code rather, I should not use word act, but why I'm using act again and again, because there is one interesting thing here. It is Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016 along with winding up overview. Now, if I talk about winding up, you are well aware with the word. This is not something new that we are learning. This word we know all, everything which is new, that is related to insolvency and bankruptcy. But yes, ma'am, we have heard winding up. ये तो बहुत पुराना word है. पता नहीं कब से सुने आ रहे हैं. We have heard this word for companies, partnership. बहुत सुना है हमने इस word के बारे में. So let's understand. So can I say in total there is implication, and there is implication, or I can say effect of two acts together. One is IBC, this code, plus there is Companies Act 13. So हमें दोनों ही पढ़ना है? नहीं, not exactly, but yes, हमें दोनों का थोड़ा बहुत आइडिया लेना है. Companies Act 13 given very less, just a kind of mere understanding. But yes, IBC थोड़ा ज्यादा डिटेल में दिया हुआ है यहाँ पे, उतना भी नहीं जितना CS प्रोफेशनल में पढ़ोगे. So पहले समझते, what do you mean by insolvency and what do you mean by bankruptcy? See, without understanding these two words, there is no point of understanding or learning this act or this code. So insolvency we do call, ये तो insolvent हो गया, सीधी बात है, इसके पास कुछ नहीं है. He is having more debts compared to assets. हाँ, उसके पास debts थोड़ी बढ़ गई है. You tell me one thing. There were so many such situations where we can say that मेरे पास कुछ नहीं था. ऐसा हम बोल सकते हैं, definitely बोल सकते हैं. मैं और आप definitely ऐसा बोल सकते हैं from childhood to our teenager to our adulthood and today. कभी-कभी ऐसी situation आती है कि हमारे पास pocket money, salary, whatever it is खत्म हो गया, stipend खत्म हो गया articleship people का. So उस time पे situation हमारी थोड़ी insolvent type की ही है. So I would like to tell you one thing. No doubt we use word insolvency as if the person is declared insolvent, is having nothing. But I would like to focus on one word, situation or a state where you are into financial crunch or financial distress. So my matlab ye ek time being situation hai, I can agree. This is short term. Now simple thing. If a person is not well, you treat that person. Simple as that. ठीक है, बुखार आया है तो डॉक्टर को दिखा दो यार. That person will give you treatment, and the moment you will be treated, you will be fine. But what if ठीक है ना, बुखार आता रहता है, चेकअप क्या करवाने का? You never know what will be the conclusion afterwards. So you should definitely go and have a checkup कि इसे क्या हुआ है. That's why if I talk about this situation, if this situation treated well, you know, company or any person can be saved. Ma'am, what if it is not treated well? So I'll go with this. If insolvency remains untreated, then it will lead to bankruptcy. So ma'am, can I say हम भी बहुत टाइम insolvent अपने आप को मान सकते हैं, but बस bankrupt नहीं हुए हैं. Because we still have some situations where we have completed our pocket money before month end, our salary before month end, but yes, we are not bankrupt because next month again it will be refilled. We took a loan from our friend, we took a loan from a relative, we went to somebody that please help me for a time being, I'll give you money back soon. That is something, a treatment that we are going to give to our insolvency, right? So that is something, a timing thing which can be, you know, solved easily. So this act is talking about that only. Now I would take you to winding up, that is old situation of Companies Act. Let's see. Ma'am, you are saying old situation. Does it mean now it is no more? No, I don't mean that. So we have Companies Act 13. It is still there. Obviously, winding up provisions are still there. Yes. For some of the section, it is removed. So I can say winding up of companies. Straightforward, this act is talking about, this particular option is talking about go for liquidation. There is no option of revival. You are sick, you're financially sick, I'm sorry, we can't, you know, help you or we can't treat you. Simple सी बात करता है कि भाई तुम अपने आप को बंद कर दो, तुमसे नहीं हो रहा है business, we can give you the procedure of winding up. See, we know that company is an artificial person. Company is definitely an artificial person, separate legal entity, and when any company, जब कोई company डूबता है ना, तो हम company का नाम लेते हैं. Simple example, सत्यम डूबा. Now, it's not Satyam who did something. It was definitely management, board of directors, or Ramalingan Raju did something, but still, we call it Satyam fraud. It's not Satyam fraud. Satyam is just an, you know, artificial person who cannot do anything. जिसके पास brain ही नहीं है, right? तो फिर अगर कोई गलती होता है, so we should be getting kind of a treatment, ना, rather than directly going for the winding up. इसी एक्ट के साथ, इसी लूपहोल के साथ थोड़ा, you know, बैकअप देने आया IBC. So when I'm talking about Companies Act, I'll be talking only about liquidation. When I'm talking about IBC, I'll be talking about two options. Number one, हम तुमको help करते हैं. How to help? We will give you option where your insolvency will be resolved through one process. तो हम तुम्हें पूरा चांस देते हैं, तुम ट्रीटमेंट करा लो, तुम वेंटिलेटर पे हो, ठीक है, वी आर रेडी टू गिव यू दैट इक्विपमेंट्स व्हाटएवर नीडेड, राइट? वी आर रेडी टू गिव यू दैट इक्विपमेंट्स राइट नाउ, बट यस, ट्राई फॉर रिवाइवल. इफ यू विल बी रिवाइव्ड, ग्रेट. इफ यू विल बी रिवाइव्ड, ग्रेट. We tried everything to revive this, but nahi hua revive, no issues. Now we can also be clear that sorry, we can't help this company, we have to go for liquidation. So you know what, you won't regret. You will still have, you know, something in your mind that ठीक है, मैंने try किया था यार, I tried my best to resolve the insolvency, to solve the problem, to treat my insolvency in such a way that I cannot be treated as a bankrupt, but I tried, I failed, that's fine. So it is better to try rather than directly failing or regretting. So now this chapter, ma'am, you focused on corporate company, but you did not use word here, so I'm using now. Corporate insolvency resolution process. So now I would like to tell you, IBC is not only for corporates. What do you mean by this, ma'am? Interesting. That means the way GST came and there was one slogan going on, one nation, one tax. ठीक है ना? एक टैक्स लगाते अलग अलग टैक्सेस लगाने के क्या मतलब? You know, complexity, more procedure. Government is also having some burden कि अलग अलग इतना procedure क्या करने का है? One tax. Correct. Same way, Insolvency for individual, partnership, LLP, companies, so many procedure. And now we have IBC. There were some acts which were repealed and all in one. So I would say this is one single window where from individual to corporate come in picture. So you mean to say, ma'am, if any individual is insolvent, for that person also IBC will be the act now? Yes. Yes, but right now that is not the focus for us. In our course, we are just going to learn for corporate, and that's the reason my focus was on corporate, right? So if I talk about this insolvency, bankruptcy only now, not Companies Act as of now. Companies Act, I'll be talking about it, but after IBC. After IBC, I'll talk about Companies Act. So थोड़ा इसका समझते हैं IBC 16 में है क्या? So the way security market is, you know, controlled, regulated, and managed by SEBI. The way banking business is managed by, you know, RBI. The way Companies Act is having some authority called MCA or NCLT. So IBC के लिए कुछ तो चाहिए ना? So we came up with the new thing, that is Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. This is the first authority. And this authority is created by central government. No doubt, your book is not going to cover so much about Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, but yes, they are just giving highlight that this authority is created by central government, and there is always, you know, two type of authority. So here, this type of authority is a regulating one. So regulatory authority. And this authority is not working alone. We have some more authority working under IBBI. And that is where, मैम हमारा काम क्या है इसमें? हाँ, हर प्रोफेशनल का क्वेश्चन यही होता है, मुझे इसमें क्या मिलेगा? हाँ, तो आते हैं उस पे, आपको इसमें क्या मिलेगा? So first of all, IBBI जिसके अंदर 3 विंग्स हैं. Number 1, IPA, that is Insolvency Professional Agency. Then IP, Insolvency Professional, ये हम हो सकते हैं, we can be. And IU, that is Information Utility. Interesting. So हम IP हो सकते हैं, yes. Chartered accountant, company secretary, lawyers, cost accountant, having some criteria given by IBBI. If you fulfill that by giving exam, you can take a membership as IP. Your name will be registered with IPA, and everything is controlled here by IBBI. So your examination will be taken by IBBI. Now, if I talk about this authority, fully regulating, that is fully regulating or developing. So ma'am, इसमें regulation कौन सा होना चाहिए? IPA को क्या करना चाहिए? IP को कितना फीस भरना चाहिए? उसको membership कब देना है? Everything is discussed and decided by IBBI. So that's why I said this is regulatory authority. Ma'am, what about other authorities? You said there are 2 types of authorities, correct? Now I'm going with one more authority, and that is adjudicating authority. And if I discuss anything about adjudicating authority, adjudication का मतलब ही होता है proceeding, court, judicial, but this is not court. So we can't say judicial, but I can definitely say quasi-judicial, similar to judicial. And see, there is no need of creating multiple authorities. हम जानते हैं कि Companies Act में हर कंपनी कहीं ना कहीं जब कोर्ट में जाती है तो एनसीएलटी में जाती है, तो क्या फायदा यहाँ पे नया अथॉरिटीज बना के? बिकॉज वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट कंपनीज रिवाइवल, कंपनीज लिक्विडेशन, देन व्हाई टू गो विद द न्यू अथॉरिटीज? एंड दिस एक्ट, दिस कोड सेड that we are going to give you 2 authorities. I'm discussing both the authority, but yes, both authorities, but here only one is useful to you. एक ही काम की है, because दूसरी authority अभी के लिए हमारे काम की नहीं है. So adjudicating authority is for corporates, and for non-corporates. Ma'am, आप कंपनी बोले थे, Corporate लिख रहे हो because we have company, body corporate or even LLP. So sole proprietorship, HUF, partnership, ये सब कहाँ जाएगा? Non-corporate में. So if you are into corporate, if you want to go for this revival and you can say liquidation through IBC, so you should better go here and the authority would be NCLT. Ma'am, I'm really aggrieved. NCLT gave order against me, but I feel I was correct. No issues. Please move to NCLAT, Appellate Tribunal. NCLAT, Appellate Tribunal. मुझे उससे भी तकलीफ है. I'm still aggrieved, ma'am. Go to Supreme Court. Go to Supreme Court. Ma'am, what about non-corporate? We still have an authority, which is also old authority under earlier act, where banks used to go when any company was not paying their loans back. Right. So banks के लिए एक authority बनाई हुई है कि जब भी कोई loan आपका पे ना करे तो आप उस authority में जाओ. और मैंने पहले ही बोला, there is no need of creating, so many authorities. So what they did, these people said we are taking same authority. Okay, same authority में कौन सी authority? DRT. That is Debt Recovery Tribunal, and I'm aggrieved, ma'am. No issues. You can go to DRAT, that is Appellate Tribunal. I'm still aggrieved, ma'am. No issues. Go to Supreme Court. Go to Supreme Court. Now, these authorities are working under this act. I would like to say this both authorities are independently working. Here, this authority working for the code. This authority is also working for the code. The only difference is एक development and regulation के लिए काम कर रहा है और दूसरा development and regulation के लिए काम नहीं कर रहा है. जब कोई problem होती है, केस की बात आती है, revive करना है, liquidation करना है, तो आप adjudicating authority को याद कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. सो ये बेसिक आइडिया है. यस, ये बेसिक आइडिया है. इसके आगे इसमें क्या है? लेट्स चेक हियर. सो दिस इज चैप्टर नंबर 21, corporate insolvency resolution process. Ma'am, you said IBC 16. They are saying corporate insolvency resolution process because I'm coming on that topic. Along with that, you can say liquidation and winding up, and then you can say legal framework where you can easily see this. Regulatory authority, that is IBBI, and in that there are 3 authorities working under that. Insolvency professional agency, insolvency professional, that is we can be one of them, and information utility. And if I talk about adjudicating authority, you can have NCLT and NCLAT and DRT. For both of them, if you want to still move ahead with the appeals, you can go to Supreme Court. Okay, ma'am. Now, when this act is applicable, exactly when to go for this act, let's understand. And who will use this act? The most happiest people from this act is creditors. सीधी बात है यार. Creditor जो है, वो अपने debtor को कभी नहीं भूलेगा. I mean, समझो आपने मुझसे लोन लिया हो, right? कितना भी मैं आपको अच्छा सिखा दूं, पर वो पैसा नहीं भूलेंगे, right? क्योंकि पहली बात आती है, पहले पैसा, बाकी सब बाद में. So earlier what was happening, that if I have taken a loan from you and you want to, and see, loan is such a taken a loan from you, and loan is something that will make you alone soon, right? So if you have taken loan from me or I have taken loan from you, whatever the situation is, अगर किसी ने केस भी फाइल किया ना तो वो लंबा चलेगा. और हमें पता है इंडिया की कोर्ट्स बहुत आराम से चलती है, तो पता नहीं कब मेरा नंबर आएगा, पता नहीं पैसा वापस भी आएगा कि नहीं. हार्डली इट वाज a 50,000 rupees लोन, एंड 50,000 में पता नहीं मैंने कितना तो लॉयर के पीछे खर्चा कर लिया यार. So people were fed up. Now the interesting part is, because in Companies Act, in earlier any other law, when it comes to this kind of procedure of taking your money back from company, make sure कोई time bound procedure नहीं था. आराम से तुम कभी भी केस करो, कभी भी चलेगा. 2 साल भी लग सकता है, 3 साल भी लग सकता है, पता नहीं कंपनी वाइंड अप होगी भी कि नहीं, एंड होगी तो ये भी नहीं पता है मुझे कुछ मिलेगा कि नहीं, क्योंकि लिमिटेड लायबिलिटी में सब बर्बाद करके रखा है क्रेडिटर्स के लिए. So here now creditors are happy because this procedure is time bound procedure. So ma'am, you mean to say this act works according to creditors? Somewhat yes, this act is working, or this code is working through more like creditors, through creditors, and इसलिए मैं इसको बोलूंगी creditor driven है. समझ में नहीं आया? I'll tell you. See, there can be 2 type of creditors: operational or financial. Ma'am, what do you mean by operational and what do you mean by financial type of creditor? Simple word. If you are operational creditor, how you'll become operational creditor? पहली बात तो हम creditor ही क्यों बने? कहीं ना कहीं कुछ लेना बाकी है. If you have some amount, you know, when company owe you some amount, और वो क्यों? Because operations. How? Maybe you're supplier, maybe you are a dealer, maybe you are employee of the company and you still have some amount to receive from the company. सही है. Then I can say myself that this is something called operational credit I have and I am an operational creditor for the company. यार मैंने कोई ऑपरेशन नहीं किया है, मैंने कोई सप्लाई नहीं दिया है, मेरा कंपनी के नॉर्मल ऑर्डिनरी कोर्स ऑफ बिजनेस से कोई लेना देना नहीं है. आई एम अ बैंक, ओके, आई एम अ पब्लिक फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन, ओके, आई एम सम इंडिविजुअल हूसोएवर. यार मैंने लोन दिया है कंपनी को, सही है. सो यू आर फाइनेंशियल क्रेडिटर. And this act considers more this one. Financial creditor, not operational. They are considering, but yes, when it comes to control, it is financial creditor and not operational one. Okay, अभी so अभी समझते हैं. Assume करो बहुत बीमार है. कौन बीमार है? Company बीमार है. So let's take an example that company is sick. सीधी सी बात, बीमार है मतलब सिक मतलब फाइनेंशियली सिक. ऑब्वियसली कंपनी थोड़ी बीमार पड़ेगी. सो इफ आई से कंपनी इज फाइनेंशियली सिक राइट नाउ, कंपनी बीमार पड़े, रहे ना रहे डजंट मैटर टू मी, पर अगर मैं क्रेडिटर हूं ना तो वो बीमार पड़ेगी, मेरी हार्ट बीट बढ़ जाएगी. सीधी बात है. सो आई विल बी मोर टेंस अगर कंपनी को कुछ हुआ तो. दिस इज मोर लाइक दे आर सो कनेक्टेड, made for each other kind of situation here. इसको कुछ नहीं होना चाहिए जब तक मेरा लोन रिकवर ना हो जाए. So here now operational creditor or financial creditor, if your default amount means कंपनी बीमार है और उस बीमारी के रहते इन्होंने हमें पेमेंट नहीं की इस बार की इंस्टॉलमेंट की, and the default is 1 lakh or more. अगर 1 लाख रुपए से ज्यादा की डिफॉल्ट करी है, then yes, you have a right to take an action. Ma'am, who will take an action? Any operational, financial, जिसके भी साथ default हुआ. So any creditor can file a complaint in NCLT. सही है. तो क्योंकि मैं कॉर्पोरेट की बात कर रही हूँ, so आप obviously कंपनी या LLP के खिलाफ केस करने जा रहे हो. आया समझ में? ये तो चलो समझ में आया. मैम व्हाट इफ कंपनी एकदम फाइनेंशियली साउंड है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, सब पैसा फुल है पर देना नहीं चाहते, एंड दे आर डिफॉल्टिंग. लेट मी टेल यू वन थिंग, दिस मिसयूज इज हैपनिंग लाइक एनीथिंग. व्हेन IBC 2016 कोड केम, नो व्हाट हैपेंड इन अ ईयर, thousands of cases were being filed. So लोग शॉक में देगी, इतने सारे केसेस कैसे फाइल हो रहे हैं. Yes, this act is bit, you can say, misused also, because the main agenda of the act was that we will revive the company which is sick, which is in need of finance. We will try to revive rather than just shutting down the company, because we also know that if company is sick right now, you can treat it well, you can treat it and be normal again, right, back to normal. But when you wind up the company, make sure you actually do great loss to economy. Sometimes employees will be free, loss of employment, right, tax अब कोई नहीं देगा, वैसे भी कम दे रहा था पर अब बिल्कुल नहीं देगा. थोड़ा मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, थोड़ा प्रोडक्ट जो भी सोसाइटी के लिए हो रहा था सब बंद हो जाएगा. सो अगर ऐसे ही सोचने लगे ना तो हर इंडस्ट्री बंद हो जाएगी. सो नाउ every company is facing this kind of issues from the creditor side कि 1 लाख से ज्यादा का डिफॉल्ट हो गया ना, सीधा क्रेडिटर IBC में चला जाता है कंपनी को वाइंड अप करने की कंप्लेंट में. सो या तो आप उसको पे कर दो या तो वाइंडिंग अप की ट्रबल में आ जाओगे. सो दिस एक्ट, yes, a kind of blessings to creditor and can be burden on the company who has done default. But I cannot say this is a burden to company, why? I'll tell you. I have written something, financially sick or company sick or operational and financial creditor can definitely file a complaint, but along with that, company itself can also file a complaint. So मैम कुछ समझ में नहीं आया. I know myself that I'm not well right now. If I'm not well, I can also go to doctor rather than waiting for my family to take me to the doctor. No, सिंपल एज दैट. सो कंपनी खुद जानती है कि वो फुल डूबने वाली है. गोइंग कंसर्न जैसा कुछ बचने वाला है नहीं. एनीवे दे आर इनटू प्रॉब्लम. सो रादर देन वेटिंग कि कोई क्रेडिटर कंप्लेन कर दे, हमको डुबा दे, इससे बेटर मैं खुद एनसीएलटी के पास जा रही हूँ. प्लीज सेव अस, प्लीज सेव अस. इट्स अ बैड टाइम. We can revive. All we need is just a bit of finance. Please save us. This is the real crux of the chapter where the real word starts, called corporate insolvency resolution process. So ma'am, you said it is minimum default 1 lakh. Correct. कल को जाके गवर्नमेंट को लगे यार 1 लाख बहुत छोटा है, every creditor is misusing this, let's increase it. Can they increase? Yes, but maximum they can increase up to 1 crore. So currently this, they can increase up to 1 crore, and you can check this. So you can check this part which says you can definitely go above it. So here you can check it is minimum amount of default is 1 lakh rupees, and you can say however central government may by notification can specify minimum amount which can be higher than that, but it cannot be more than 1 crore rupees. So be careful with that. Maximum it can be 1 crore. Okay, so this is something we did. So now I'm coming on the real crux of the chapter. Now I can say we are on book, what is given in the in your course curriculum. This was just a beginning to understand what IBC is all about. And let me again remind you, I am not touching winding up of Companies Act as of now. It is all about insolvency and bankruptcy. So ma'am, you mean to say that it can be filed by anybody? Yes. So let me just go with the 3. Number 1, let's assume you have really defaulted for minimum 1 lakh rupees, and now you have defaulted. So now your financial creditor wants to file a complaint against you. Okay, ma'am. So how exactly this complaint will be filed? So they will go and apply an application to NCLT in prescribed form plus fees, because India mein government free mein to nahi karegi. Obviously, we have to go for the fees. So there is nothing comes for free, and anything is coming for free, you have to doubt. Number 1, application, prescribed form with fees, done. Ma'am, what else? Documents. What documents? Prove it, no? Prove it that you have a loan with this company. So number 1, whatever the loan and credit you're talking about, you must be having evidence. Show us. Okay, ma'am, understood. Second, now the real word. Ma'am, you did not explain this much coming on this. IU, information utility. What is this? When I talk about information utility, that means it is a centralized system maintained by IBBI through their IUs. It is a centralized system where all the financial transaction happened in India is going to be registered, and anybody who wants to access it by paying fees, you can access. So ma'am, you mean to say we can pay some fees to IU and we can access the loan detail and everything about this? Yes. So this is also kind of an evidence. Third, any other document you have, please go with that. Maybe you have a charge form with registered with MCA portal, anything like that. Please give it. Okay. And one more thing you're supposed to do, proposal or propose the name of IP. So you can give a proposal that, sir, if you accept my application, now this is the name of the professional. It can be Mr. So-and-so, CS, CS, CMA, whosoever is already registered with IBBI. Ma'am, my relative is CA. Fine. My relative is CS. Superb. Can I appoint? Check properly. Is that person registered with IBBI through IPA as IP? So every company secretary, every lawyer, every chartered accountant, every cost accountant is not IP by default. They have to give exam. They have to register themselves with IBBI through IPA, right? And that is how you become IP. And if you're IP, then only you can be here. Okay, ma'am, we did it. Now what? This is just one understanding. आगे क्या होगा? Wait करते हैं. थोड़ा दूसरा भी समझते हैं. Ma'am, मैं फाइनेंशियल क्रेडिटर नहीं, मैं तो ऑपरेशनल क्रेडिटर हूँ। हाँ तो कोई बात नहीं, ऑपरेशनल के बारे में समझते हैं। So if you are an operational creditor, fine. How you're going to file an application to NCLT? Same. It's same only. Default हुआ है, 1 लाख का default हुआ है, ठीक है, चलो application file करते हैं. So application to NCLT again, because obviously I'm either against company or LLP. No other way. No other sole proprietorship, partnership, because we are not talking about that. मैम आई ऑल्सो नीड टू गिव डॉक्यूमेंट्स. हाँ भाई, आप स्पेशल थोड़ी हो, डॉक्यूमेंट तो आपको भी देने हैं. क्या डॉक्यूमेंट में दें? अब इनके लिए थोड़े डॉक्यूमेंट्स बदल जाते हैं, थोड़ा ध्यान से समझना. ध्यान से समझना. मुझे ये बताओ कि पहली बात, एनसीएलटी एक तो यार आपको एक्स्ट्रा हेल्प कर रहा है अपना कंपनीज एक्ट का ऑलरेडी काम छोड़ के कि वो आईबीसी में भी आया, ठीक है. तो तुम अपना जो लोन का पैसा बाकी है या अमाउंट जो सैलरी है या कोई सप्लाई है या कोई भी अमाउंट बाकी, उसके लिए जाओ ना. If that amount is already into dispute, matlab I said I supplied raw material for 70 lakh rupees, so you are supposed to pay me 70 lakh. Company saying sorry boss, it's not 70 lakhs, वो 68 lakhs था. तुम लोग क्लियर ही नहीं हो कि वो 70 था कि 68 था, पहले क्लियर कर लो. So make sure first of all डॉक्यूमेंट क्या देना पड़ेगा? सीधी सी बात है, एविडेंस. क्या एविडेंस दें? जो भी आपके पास है. और एक और चीज, यू हैव टू गिव अ कॉपी ऑफ डिमांड नोटिस. व्हाट इज दिस? ये एक एक्स्ट्रा चीज है जो फाइनेंशियल क्रेडिटर को करने की जरूरत नहीं है, पर यस ऑपरेशनल को करने की जरूरत पड़ेगी. मैम ये एग्जैक्टली है क्या? बता रही हूँ. ये जो है कॉपी ऑफ डिमांड नोटिस, इसका मतलब ये होता है यू हैव टू गिव वन नोटिस टू कंपनी दैट प्लीज पे मी, प्लीज पे मी माई अमाउंट. आपको इसकी कॉपी देनी पड़ेगी कि मैंने कंपनी को बोला था कि मुझे पे कर दे. एंड डिमांड नोटिस ऑफ 10 days. मैम आप मानोगे नहीं, मैंने कंपनी को नोटिस दिया था कि भाई देख इतना बाकी है, पे कर ले. कंपनी डिड नॉट रिवर्ट मी. वाओ. और कंपनी स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड सेड नो, दैट वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू पे यू, डू व्हाटएवर यू वांट. एंड थर्ड, either there is no reply or it is refusal, or you can even show the bank statement which can prove that आपके पास डिमांड नोटिस के बावजूद, उसके बाद भी आपके पास कोई क्रेडिट एंट्री नहीं आई है. एंड यू हैव टू give one declaration that there is no dispute about amount. भाई तुम्हारे अंदर अगर डिस्प्यूट है ना कि अमाउंट कितना है वो ही नहीं पता, तो तुम प्लीज आरओसी को आरओसी एनसीएलटी इन सबको साइड में रखो. कोई भी अथॉरिटी तुम्हें काम नहीं आएगी. तुम पहले ना सिविल कोर्ट में चले जाओ. जस्ट गो एंड प्रूव इट एंड डिसाइड दैट एग्जैक्टली व्हाट इज द अमाउंट पेंडिंग. फाइन. तो हम लोग अगर ऑपरेशनल क्रेडिटर है और हमने कभी कंपनी से मांगा ही नहीं, चलो मेरा ड्यू डेट था आज का पेमेंट का, पर मेरे पास पेमेंट आई नहीं, तो मैं सीधा आईबीसी NCLT में चली गई. Not possible, you can't do that. Make sure you have to go with a copy that I tried to demand from the company. I gave them 10 days to pay me, but they did not pay me. You have to prove it that you had given this notice, and you have to even give invoice अगर कोई invoice जैसी चीज है as an evidence. और इसके अलावा any other document you have, give it. No, simple. अच्छा, मतलब यहाँ पे मेरे पास चांस है आईपी चूज करने का. यस, यू कैन इवन गिव प्रपोजल. ठीक है यार, ये भी कर लिया. मैम मैं आईपी हूँ, परफेक्ट, मेरा ही नाम सजेस्ट हुआ है, सही है, समझना. प्रपोज हुआ, यू आर नॉट श्योर. प्रपोजल इज नेवर अ कंक्लूजन. नो, यू हैव टू वेट फॉर द आंसर. सो थर्ड पे आते हैं. ये तो बात हुई क्रेडिटर्स की. बात जरा ये है कि मैं खुद डूब रही हूँ, मुझे पता है. आई एम गोइंग टू डाई सून, आई एम गोइंग टू बी इनटू लिक्विडेशन सून. गोइंग कंसर्न तो दूर दूर तक नहीं दिख रहा है. मैं खुद ही अप्लाई करना चाहती हूँ यार, प्लीज बचा लो. पॉसिबल है? यस पॉसिबल है. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड कॉर्पोरेट डेटर. means debtor itself, company itself. So company or LLP itself going. मतलब हम खुद जा सकते हैं यार, प्लीज थोड़ा बचा लो. यस यू कैन. That means for that you have to give SR copy that you have confirmed from your members in general meeting. Yeah, please save us. So ma'am, they will go where? SIM, NCLT application and proposal of IP, same thing. So ये तीनों लोग करेंगे तो same ही काम, correct? Same काम करेंगे. So all three people will ultimately, any of them will go to NCLT, correct? Before that, so we checked, and I told you insolvency is just a situation. तो इन company की, इन LLP की situation खराब है. क्यों? क्योंकि financial creditor is taking action against you, maybe operational creditor taking action against you, or you are able to see your future which is bit dark, and you are going to NCLT that please save us. This can be the possibility. Now check here, because I'm just as of now I'm fighting with insolvency. There is no problem with, you can say, my going concern as such, if can be treated well. So if it will be treated well, I'll be saved. Fine. So let's understand. As I said, insolvency is just a situation. If not treated well, if it is untreated, then you can definitely lead to bankruptcy. So I can say this is more like a conclusion. Let's understand. The term insolvency denotes the state, situation, of one whose assets are insufficient to pay his debt or his general inability to pay his debt. The term insolvency is used in a restricted sense to express the inability of the party to pay his debt as they become due in the ordinary course of business. Fine. The word bankruptcy denotes legal status of a person or an entity who can't repay. This is a final legal status that you are declared insolvent. Right. The bankruptcy process begins with filing a petition in court or before appropriate authority for the purpose. The debtor assets are then evaluated to pay to all the creditors as per law given. So indirectly, all they want to say is treat it and be saved. And that is the irony of the act. Even if you are into bad situation, they are still giving you a chance to be survived. Okay. Now definitions given. But before that, see, number one, it can be financial creditor, operational, or corporator. Now, ma'am, you said financial creditor. Suppose I have taken a loan from Axis Bank, so I got it that Axis Bank will be filing an application against me. Understood. If it is operational, maybe supplier or employee or a dealer will be filing a case against me. That also we understood. Ma'am, what about this corporate debtor? Who will file an application? Company समझ में आया, पर company के behalf पे कोई तो करेगा ना. We call that person as corporate applicant. This is more like, you can say, MD, manager, or any other authorized person will do it. Fine, ma'am. Understood. Now, how this procedure will go? You told that first let's see the applicants, then we will understand the situation. So finally, NCLT received application from whom? 3. Number one, that is either financial creditor or it is operational one, or you can say corporate debtor. So this is the situation. This is the situation here, that this many people can file an application. Okay. Now, if they have filed an application, what NCLT will do for all of them? Simple. Accept it or reject it. Either NCLT will accept it or NCLT will reject it. Okay, ma'am. So NCLT, if they are accepting or rejecting, they'll give you answer after checking your petition within 14 days. They'll revert you within 14 days. Matlab, within 14 days, they'll say acceptance or rejection. Yes. But in rejection, they will not directly reject because India है और India में हम हर किसी को opportunity of being heard तो देते ही है. So we will give opportunity of being heard. So in a way I can say opportunity of modification, or I can say correction if there is just a minor mistake, and for that we will give them 7 days. So हम direct rejection नहीं होगा. Direct rejection will not be there. There will be acceptance or rejection, but before rejection there will be an opportunity of being heard in a way of correction. So ma'am, हमने अब तक किया क्या? So इस एक्ट में IBBI है, ठीक है. IBBI के पास IP का भंडारा भरा हुआ है, that they have so many people registered as IP. They have IU also, where every financial transaction is registered, where NCLT is doubting that this is seriously a correct record of financials or not. They can even confirm from IU. Adjudicating authority, no doubt we have to, but I'm going to focus only this one because this is not a part of course, not a part of course right now. And then this is a time bound procedure. Ma'am, time तो बताया नहीं, आएगा, थोड़ा wait करो. Then this is creditor driven. How, ma'am? Why are you saying this is creditor driven? I'm coming on that point. It's pending, but and more or less you can see operation and financial both are covered. But I have highlighted financial because picture का hero तो financial creditor ही है, right? Then, if company is sick or if there is any default 1 लाख या उससे ज़्यादा का है, उससे ज्यादा का है, हो सकता है, अभी के लिए 1 लाख है, गवर्नमेंट चाहे तो उसको बढ़ा के 1 करोड़ तक लेके जा सकती है, एंड कंपनी खुद भी एप्लीकेशन फाइल कर सकती है. आपको वेट करने की जरूरत नहीं है कोई और हॉस्पिटल लेके जाए, आप खुद चले जाइए. यहाँ पे हॉस्पिटल NCLT है. सो फाइनेंशियल क्रेडिटर कुछ डॉक्यूमेंट्स देगा, ऑपरेशनल क्रेडिटर कुछ डॉक्यूमेंट देगा, एंड कॉर्पोरेटेड तो क्या ही डॉक्यूमेंट देगा, सब कुछ बता ही सकता है हमारी सिचुएशन क्या है. सो एक्सेप्टेंस और रिजेक्शन, दिस कैन बी द सिचुएशन, एंड इफ दे आर एक्सेप्टिंग, so NCLT will appoint IIP. What is this? This is called interim resolution professional. मैम लिख रहे हो IIP और बोल रहे हो IRP, ये क्या हुआ? So IIP is insolvency professional, but interim one, temporary one. क्यों temporary मैम? Final नहीं है? नहीं. But see, right now we are talking about insolvency, but अब उसी insolvency को हमें solution लाना है, resolve करना है, ठीक करना है. That's why the name of the person will change to IIP or IRP as the case may be. मैम ये interim क्यों बोला? Because आ रहा है. Interim है, अभी तुम temporary देखो, NCLT final godfather नहीं है, थोड़ी देर है. So IRP होगा कौन मैम? किसने एप्लीकेशन किया था? अच्छा, फाइनेंशियल क्रेडिटर ने किया था. फुल चॉइस है. This is full choice of NCLT that let's take this IP as IIP or IRP as the case may be. You can call IRP also. मैम एप्लीकेशन फाइनेंशियल ने नहीं, ऑपरेशनल ने किया था. हाँ तो ठीक है ना, इस वाले को ले लेते हैं. और इसने भी किया था. तीनों साथ में नहीं करेंगे, कोई भी एक करेगा. So I'm writing here or. So if this application is by any of them, अभी के लिए किसी ने भी किया फर्क नहीं पड़ता, procedure is gonna be same. So ma'am, you are trying to say that if financial creditor has filed an application, procedure will be working according to him. Okay. Operational is filing then according to him, or company is filing according to him. No, never ever. तुम कोई भी application file करो. सीधी बात है, सीधी सी बात है. फ्रेंड का सर्कल है, 10 फ्रेंड्स है, एक का बर्थडे है, और that person is very कंजर्वेटिव ऑफ गिविंग पार्टीज, तो वो पार्टी नहीं देना चाहता, पर किसी एक फ्रेंड ने उसको पकड़ा, पार्टी तो तेरे को देना पड़ेगा. अगर वो लास्ट में सोचो मान गया कि चल ठीक है पार्टी दे देता हूँ, तो मुझे बताओ वो खाली उसको पार्टी देगा कि पूरे गैंग को देनी पड़ेगी? देनी पड़ेगी, सीधी बात है. वेदर इट इज फाइनेंशियल क्रेडिटर इंडिविजुअली फाइलिंग or 2-3 more jointly coming and filing, or operational creditors are filing, or anybody, doesn't matter. See, payment अगर आई ना तो सबकी आएगी. Don't consider कि किसी एक को consider किया जाएगा. No, not that way. It will be considering all of them. Now point ये है मैम, जिसने एप्लीकेशन किया उसी का IRP बना सकते हैं. हाँ, तो अभी के लिए मैं इसको IRP करूंगी क्योंकि अभी वो बेचारा रेजोल्यूशन पे लगा हुआ है, तो उसको इंसॉल्वेंट वाला नाम नहीं देते. फाइन. So insolvency resolution professional is the person who is appointed by NCLT, either the same as recommended by applicant. Applicant can be anybody, either OC or FC or CD, or suggest new one. So ये suggestion new कहाँ से आएगा? NCLT के पास भंडारा नहीं है. NCLT is not having any such list of IPs, but yes, they can definitely take a reference from IBBI, and IBBI is supposed to revert to NCLT within 10 days with the name. मैम ठीक है ना, सेम वाला लेने में क्या प्रॉब्लम है? हाँ तो सेम वाला रख लो, बिकॉज वैसे भी this person is just for a time bound. So in this situation, what will happen? New suggestion can come, or you can appoint the same one. See, easy पड़ेगा, same को कर लो ना. हाँ, so while appointing, you can say this person as IRP. Make sure you have to check two things. Number one, record में है, सब कुछ बराबर है, correct, and no legal or disciplinary action or proceeding is going on. So if any proceeding is going on against the professional, obviously हम उसको appoint नहीं करेंगे. We won't appoint such person. Okay, ma'am, understood this. Now what? Now what will be the next situation? Here now you can check that finally application is accepted. NCLT said, okay, this person is IRP, and let me tell you something interesting here. The day this application is accepted, plus your IRP is appointed, this day is going to be celebrated as insolvency resolution commencement date. So ma'am, which insolvency? We are talking about this one, so I'm writing corporate. So this will be corporate insolvency resolution commencement date, right? It will be treated as commencement date from which this final day हो गया कि भाई आज से आपका प्रोसीजर, मतलब अच्छा टाइम चालू. श्योर नहीं है अच्छा टाइम आएगा कि नहीं, पर होप कर सकते हैं. Okay, now what will be the situation? Let me just summarize what happened. So first of all, there was FC or OC or CD went to NCLT. Any of them went to NCLT. NCLT did what? Accepted or rejected. जो भी हुआ 14 days में हुआ. 7 days वाला कंडीशन आप समझ चुके हो, so I'm not writing again. So NCLT हाँ या ना बोली, हम हाँ में जाएंगे तो ही आगे पिक्चर बढ़ेगी. रिजेक्टेड में कुछ नहीं यार, तुम अब लिक्विडेशन में चले जाओ, सही नहीं लग रहा है. अगर रिजेक्ट किया तो यू कैन बी गोइंग फॉर लिक्विडेशन. बट यस, रिवाइवल के चांसेस हैं, थोड़ा समझ में आ रहा है. सो लेट्स गो फॉर एक्सेप्टेंस. इफ इट इज एक्सेप्टेड, सो योर कंपनी इज गोइंग टू बी नाउ अ पार्ट ऑफ CIRP प्रोसेस. अब यार एक बाजू हम इतना मेहनत कर रहे कि कंपनी बच जाए, और फिर जैसे ही मार्केट में न्यूज आया दैट एक्सिस बैंक हैज फाइल्ड अ कंप्लेंट or IBC case against this company, what will happen? All the other creditors will also file complaint. Somebody will file in civil court, somebody will go in another authority. I'll be stuck. What to do? Because one side we are trying to revive this company, and another side you are trying to destroy the company as soon as possible. That's why there will be new thing. On the same day when it is accepted, moratorium will be declared. Ma'am, what do you mean by this? It means due to this moratorium period, nobody would be able to take any action against you till the CIRP is going on. मतलब मैम कोई एक्शन नहीं ले सकता हमारे खिलाफ, नहीं, कुछ नहीं कर सकता. No creditor even sell the property of the company even though it is given in the security. Doesn't matter. Now wait for it. Hold आ चुका है, stay आ चुका है. Wait for that. Only ordinary course of business will go on. Means anything which is needed for going concern will continue, nothing else. क्योंकि हम कंपनी को बंद तो करना ही नहीं चाहते ना. हमारा इरादा कंपनी को बंद करना होता तो हम रिवाइवल की प्रोसीजर तो करते ही नहीं. Yes or no? So our idea is definitely not to shut down the company. The idea is very clear that we want to continue with the company. तो बचा लो यार. That's the main idea, and that's how we are going to work now. Now, in moratorium period, right? Moratorium period will be only up to the CIRP period. And now I'm coming on time limit. So here I'm going with the time limit, which is time bound procedure. Maximum ये procedure खत्म कर देना है 180 days में. मैम थोड़ा extension चाहिए यार. हमारे इंडिया के हर लॉ में extension होता है, because there can be any contingency जिसकी वजह से 180 days में नहीं हुआ. No issues. Extension अगर मिला भी तो maximum 90 days का मिलेगा. So you would be having total 270 days. The moment your CIRP done, your moratorium done. अच्छा, तो अब क्या होगा CIRP में समझते हैं. So NCLT once accepted, कंप्लेन फाइल हुआ, NCLT में गया, NCLT ने एक्सेप्ट करके एक नया पिक्चर में लाया IRP. ये बहुत खुश है क्योंकि सीधी बात है, नया पोस्ट मिला है, अच्छा खासा पैसा मिलने वाला है, because that amount is gonna be very nice comparatively compared to any other returns or filings, because obviously he's going to charge on the basis of percentage. How we'll come on that afterwards. But पैसा अच्छा है. अब आपके दिमाग में एक चीज चिपकेगी, पैसा कितना मिलेगा. We'll come on that. So NCLT accepted the case, you know, and now IRP is in picture. Yeah, जितना भी खुश हो ले, अभी contingent है. You can see I have written IRP. I means interim, temporary. So you know what he's going to do? Now he will invite the claim of creditors. क्योंकि उसको एक ही काम करना है. ये IRP का काम ही एक है, उसको कुछ नया नहीं करना है. What this IRP will do, ma'am? This IRP is just going to invite claim of creditors, and from this he's going to make one committee. So IRP will constitute COC. Ma'am, what is this? Committee of creditors. अब यहाँ पे real blast. I'm writing something. Only financial creditors. So you know what? अब आपको समझ में आया होगा why I highlighted this portion. I'm again going to highlight with the new color now. Check. ये थोड़ा डार्क हो गया because इसी के हिसाब से चलता है सब कुछ. Only this person is having control, and that's the reason I had written this word earlier, that this procedure is definitely creditors driven. And you know which creditor driven? Financial one. So what the COC will do, everything will be done by COC now. So from this moment, the moment IRP came in picture, board of the director, employees, any other, जो भी है, भाई फिलहाल के लिए तुम निकल जाओ प्लीज, वेकेट. और वेकेट भी करना है कितने दुख के साथ, जले पे नमक है. That this vacation, no doubt you are doing vacation, but ये जो vacation है ना, उसके बाद भी you have to give all the help. कौन सी help भाई, आप कौन सी help कर दे IRP को? You have to help finding him all the creditors. Means if he's asking for books of account, please go and give. मतलब इतना दुखी किया है, फिर भी आपको चैन नहीं पड़ा. No. So board of directors, employee, all these people will leave, but whenever IRP need any assistance from them, this person is supposed to give. All the directors will be giving this assistance to IRP. IRP will be giving assistance to them. What sort of assistance? Vacation का assistance कि भाई तुम जल्दी निकलो. Fine. So now IRP will constitute COC. अभी मजे की बात ये है, यहाँ पे IRP की खुशी का एंड आने वाला है, because आ भी सकता है, contingent है. So once COC is in picture, मैम मेरा फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, ये खाली FC होंगे इसके अंदर? हाँ, तो इसके अंदर OC नहीं होंगे? नहीं. OC operational, FC financial. So only financial creditors will be there. Yeah. So you mean to say only they will be paid? I never said that. I never said that. All I meant was committee में, right? कमिटी में. यार ऐसे तो गवर्नमेंट की कितनी कमिटी, हम थोड़ी उधर है, पर काम तो हमारे हो रहा है ना, हमारे बिहाफ पे, हमारे लिए. That's what we do. We choose people. Simple here. Same way, committee is going to represent everybody, but committee is going to be only of financial creditors. क्योंकि उनका अमाउंट बड़ा है ना, सीधी सी बात है, loans are gonna be high. मैम, so अगर इस COC में फाइनेंशियल क्रेडिटर हैं, तो खाली यही लोग मिलेंगे, यही लोग बात करेंगे? हाँ. मैम एक तकलीफ हो गई. क्या तकलीफ? I am a supplier of this company, and I have supplied goods worth 30 lakh rupees to company. Which type of creditor I am? OC, clear. Ma'am, they once asked me, can you give us loan of 1 crore? I gave loan also because I had old relation. Now, in total, you have 1 crore 30 lakh to take. But you know what? Only for 1 crore you will be part of the committee. For 30 lakhs, you're no. No. So you mean to say if anybody OC and FC both, you can be here. Ma'am, there was a consortium or a joint finance. 5-6 बैंक ने मिलके लोन दिया था. कोई बात नहीं. You can have your representative or you can have single representative or anyway 5-6 ने मिलके लोन दिया था. पर इतना तो पता होगा ना that which bank has given what amount. Proportionally, that's how we will give them voting. ठीक है. So COC में only FC, nobody else. If anyone FC and OC both, so voting only for proportion of FC. ठीक है मैम, समझ गए. तो अभी COC में क्या होगा? अभी सारे फाइनेंशियल क्रेडिटर खुशी खुशी मिल चुके हैं, आ चुके हैं, डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, कंपनी डूब रही है एंड हमारा पैसा निकल जाए बस बहुत है. दैट इज द मेन एजेंडा ऑफ दिस पीपल. सो फाइनली फर्स्ट मीटिंग, यू नो ये मीटिंग बेचारा किसने अरेंज करके दिया? दिस पर्सन हैज अरेंज्ड द मीटिंग. This IRP made sure that COC should be constituted and IRP made them, you know, meet. ये तो कैसी बात है? दो फ्रेंड ने तीसरे फ्रेंड को मिलवाया, right? One A, B, C. A and B were nice friend. B ने C को A से मिलवाया. अभी A and C friend है, B का पता ही नहीं कहाँ है. बस ऐसा ही कुछ है. बस ऐसा ही कुछ है. This COC in their first meeting will decide what, man? Either this IRP will become RP. मतलब अब इसको इंटरिम से थोड़ा प्रमोट करते हैं यार. So let's remove and he will become resolution professional till end, till this procedure is going to work. Okay. Or replace with new one. So I can write here directly new IRP. So now new RP. So this is more like replacement of IRP. देखो, karma always follows, right? अगर तुम ये situation में आए, so this IRP is gonna leave. If this IRP is gonna leave, that new RP will come. You know what? This board was giving you assistance. Now you will give assistance to this new RP. How nice. So what comes around, goes around, goes around, comes around. Theory is proven here. But नहीं यार, इतना खराब नसीब नहीं हो सकता अपना. This level bad luck, not possible. So I only became RP from IRP. Lucky, continue. Lucky, continue, but make sure if it is replacement, NCLT has to come in picture. NCLT will check everything. You have to suggest the name to NCLT that we are thinking to replace this IRP to new RP, not the similar one. Okay, fine. And NCLT, if checking and agreeing to it, great. But you know, the reference can be taken from IBBI because they are the perfect people to give you any suggestion for this. Fine, man. Understood this. Now what? अब थोड़ा आगे जाते. ये RP आ गया. अभी RP real काम चालू करेगा. Now RP will take over all the asset of yours, will take care that everything is working nicely in the company. See, ordinary course of business will not be stopped. Everything will work nicely. And now real situation will start. Real situation will start. Now RP will take over the matter. So RP will take charge. Ma'am, what RP will do now? So अभी तक प्रोसेस चल ही रहा है. हाँ, अभी तो हम खाली अपॉइंटमेंट में ही लगे हुए. Correct. So now RP is going to make one information memorandum. सीधी बात है यार, तुमको अगर इस कंपनी का मार्केट में थोड़ा बहुत डील करना है, लोगों को इनवाइट करना है, तो तुमको थोड़ी इन्फॉर्मेशन तो देनी पड़ेगी. दिस इज मोर लाइक अ बायोडाटा ऑफ कंपनी. This is more like a biodata of company, information memorandum. So what is this? Includes every required information of company. अच्छा, so इसमें जो भी होगा क्यों बनाया मैम? Because this RP will now invite RA. Who is RA, ma'am? Resolution applicants. What do you mean by this, ma'am? This means the people who are interested to put their finance, ready to invest in these companies, like if it is real example I can give you, Bhushan Steel Limited when went into this IBC 2016. So Bhushan Steel के RA बने थे Jindal Steel, Tata Steel, means any company who's interested to take over, to merge with, to finance anything. So these companies will come in picture now. Okay, so RA is a person who is going to give resolution plan. So RA is the person who's interested person in this particular problems. Okay, so in this company to invest. So now plans given by resolution applicant, that is, you can say interested investor, I can say the one who's interested in this company as of now, by RA will be checked by RP. Will be checked by RP. अभी RP जो है वो क्या चेक करेगा? कुछ चीजें चेक करेगा. क्या इन्होंने फाइनेंशियल क्रेडिटर्स को रीपेमेंट के लिए प्रोविजन दिया है? एवरीथिंग विल बी पेड प्रॉपर्ली. Yes, in this plan everything will be paid properly. Ma'am, exactly what would be there in the plan? In plan it can be written that we will pay to financial creditor in 2 years with this interest. Right now we are ready to pay. We will take over the company. We will buy back some of the shares. Any corporate restructuring that they can do which can save the company. Everything will be done. Right. So ultimately this will be now managed by somebody else. So whosoever is interested can give their plans. Okay. Is there any OC? Proper provision for repayment is done. ये प्रोविजन भी हुआ. इससे पहले इंसॉल्वेंसी रिजोल्यूशन कॉस्ट जो हुआ है अभी तक, वो कॉस्ट तो निकले था ना. मतलब ये IRP बनाया फिर RP बनाया, उस बेचारे को भी पेमेंट मिलना बाकी है. So this person and everything, this provision is there in the plan. So if any, Jindal and Tata, they were trying to give resolution plans, they must have made this kind of arrangements or provisions that in our plan this is also included. Don't worry. Fine. And last, requirement of the act. Of act, rules, or I can say regulation as made by IBBI. क्योंकि आपको पता है रेगुलेशन हमेशा रेगुलेटरी बॉडी बनाती है. सो IBBI is the authority here. Now all the provisions are properly made in plan. Will be checked by RP. ये RP को इसीलिए रखा है. That's the reason we are having professionals for this who can understand things better. ठीक है मैम, ये तो इसने पता कर लिया, सब चेक कर लिया. Now finally RP will call COC meeting and will put plans there, will give plans there. अभी एक चीज आप मुझे समझाओ मैम, कोई भी क्रेडिटर इतना इंटरेस्टेड क्यों होगा इस सारी प्रोसीजर में? सीधी बात है, मेरे पास दो ऑप्शन है. एक, कंपनी वाइंडिंग अप में चली जाए, डूब जाए, जितना एसेट बिका, whatever money would be fetched from that, if it is possible, proportionately I'll be receiving, or it's quite possible that I will be losing my amount. एक ही ऑप्शन है. दूसरा, कंपनी को रिवाइव करते, शायद थोड़ा पैसा लेट आएगा, शायद कोई और कंपनी देगा, पर मेरे पैसे फुल आने के चांसेस है. So you tell me, COC or financial creditor will be interested in what? Losing their money or taking proportional or half or less, or definitely revival, because उनको कंपनी से लेना देना नहीं है. अगर कंपनी का रिवाइवल उनको पैसे वापस दे सकता है, so that's the best thing. And COC will check the plan. So COC check the plan कि उनके लिए proper provision है, सच में पैसा वापस आने के चांसेस है, COC को सब परफेक्ट लगा. So COC agreed, not agreed. अगर COC ने अग्री किया कि यार मस्त प्लान है, we are having A कंपनी, B कंपनी, C कंपनी, तीनों का प्लान मस्त है, पर हमको B का प्लान ज्यादा समझ में आ रहा है, so we are agreeing to B's plan. Fine. For that you have to vote 66% in favor in value. So I mean to say, if company's total financial creditors, that is in the COC, total it is 500 crores, 500 crores का 66% should be saying yes. If this many creditors are saying yes, plan is accepted. Earlier it was 75%. जब ये एक्ट आया, जब ये कोड आया, एप्लीकेबल हुआ, that time it was 75%, and 75% was very huge amount, huge percentage, and sometimes it was like 69, 73 said yes, but just for 2%. whole company was going into liquidation because ultimately it is creditor driven. A creditor is not ready, nothing can happen. And government understood that this is so much rigid or a strict provision. Let's make this act worth. And then they reduced it to 66%, and right now it is 66. They said no. It means 100% now company will go into liquidation. But for that, okay, I'll add one more step to here. So if they accepted, agreed, great. If they're not agreed, in both the situation, RP will go to NCLT. NCLT checked, everything is perfect in plan, super. So NCLT also accepted the plan, approved the plan, and here your CIRP is ended, and now this company will be running according to you can say the new plan given. NCLT said no because COC ultimately said no. So finally it is now liquidation. So all I want to say, liquidation word I use in the beginning of the chapter. In the beginning of the chapter itself, you can check. But you can see I am not directly going into liquidation. All I'm trying to solve my insolvency. There is a way, there is a process to treat it. If this CIRP will not work, if nobody is interested, ma'am, you know what? When you ask for plans, nobody was ready to come even and invest in your company. Fine, we understood that nobody is ready. When Bhushan Steel came in this picture, you know, and when SR Steel came in picture, ArcelorMittal was ready to invest. So in totality, I can say there are so many companies who are ready to take over, because company is never bad. It's all about management, mismanagement, or wrong type of directors who, you know, made this situation of company. So it's better, let's treat the company, let's make it revive. If there is a chance of revival, let's not go for liquidation. But we tried our best. We tried with every medicine, even oxygen, even ventilator, but we couldn't save. Fine, then go for liquidation. And the moment you go into liquidation, you know what? In IBC only, the same person who was RP now will be treated as. So that's how things work. That's how things work. So this is the chapter. If I want to just go with the small thing, I already said what is corporate applicant means here. So corporate applicant means before that, let's check this. Insolvency process overview. Can you check commitment of default and application with adjudicating authority? There will be appointment of IRP. There is a formation of COC, right? And confirmed by COC appointment, that COC will decide whether you are RP or not. Then preparation of information memorandum, because you have to give it to RA. Resolution plan proposed by creditors. If it is accepted, earlier it was 75, now it is 66%. And if it is accepted, then resolution plan is accepted by AA also. Great. If not, then you will be going in liquidation. So this is the full procedure, where in a small, simple way, I can say what will happen to company. There is one more thing, that is a simplified given. If you file an application with NCLT within 14 days, they'll either accept it or reject it. If they'll accept because there is a default, yes, default occurred, or yes, it is approved that yes, default is there, so let's admit the application. If no, then reject. But you know that before rejection, they'll give you and modification should be done within 7 days. And if it is accepted, first they'll declare moratorium, appoint IRP, will tell IRP to make public announcement, because public announcement through which he will invite claims. When I said he will invite claims, it means public announcement. There are some powers given to IRP. It means now board has to vacate and IRP will come in picture. He will even constitute COC, and finally COC will appoint IRP. It can be IRP to RP, or it can be new RP, as the case may be. And then this whole procedure will start, what we just saw. So this is the simplest procedure that I can give. This is as per insolvency and bankruptcy code. And ma'am, what if it is real liquidation? If it is finally liquidation, we will again invite everybody's claim and we will decide how to pay, and then payment sequence is also given. We will go with the payment sequence of IBC 16. So this is something about liquidation, and liquidation is covered very, very minor topics are covered, very small level they have covered. But yes, this is the procedure where in your chapter this much highlights are given. So let's check from the definition part. So as I already mentioned, legal framework, applicability, and then definition. I already said corporate applicant means corporate debtor only on behalf of company. When on behalf of company somebody is filing an application, who either it can be खुद company ही file कर रही है, कोई member कर रहा है, but yes member ऐसे ही नहीं कर रहा है, उसको definitely हमने authority दिया है. Individual जिसके पास managing the operation of the company, that is charge है उसका, in charge, and any person who's having control or supervision over financial affair. So I can say through authorized representative also it is possible. Ma'am, what is corporate person? You said it is corporate or non-corporate. If it is corporate, then I can say for corporate it is NCLT. If it is non-corporate, we have DRT to go with. So if you are corporate, when you are corporate, either you are corporate as per company. As per company, you can say Companies Act 2 clause 20 defines company means any body corporate, whether incorporated in Companies Act 13 or any other previous law, and even LLP. मैम बाकी सब as I already mentioned DRT not here. So मैम यही एक्ट लागू पड़ता है, यही एक्ट लागू पड़ता है. Then what is the meaning of financial debt? Now you know what, in this every type of loan is written. अभी लोन के बहुत टाइप होते हैं. लोन के टाइप समझना हो ना तो टाइम पास के लिए बैंक में चले जाने का, लोन लेना नहीं है अपने को, पर समझाएगा बहुत सारे. So any type of financial you can say finance or any type of amount you have borrowed through any way, it can be OC, it can be CC, it can be OD, anything. आपने ओवरड्राफ्ट लिया, आपने किसी और तरीके से लिया, आपने स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड लोन लिया था, कुछ भी कोई अमाउंट तो लिया है ना, this is financial debt. We'll understand later. Then IRP cost, yeah, कुछ भी फ्री में नहीं, and that to legal procedure. सबसे पहले तो वो RP मांगेगा, प्रोफेशनल फ्री में काम करे, डाउटफुल है. So you know what, we have some cost to incur through IRP. So it is written the amount of any interim finance. मैम इस कंपनी को थोड़ा बहुत गोइंग कंसर्न रखने के लिए भी फाइनेंस चाहिए, हाँ तो बीच में से थोड़ा रेस करो ना, कैसे करने का. सो दैट इज इंटरिम फाइनेंस. फीस देना पड़ेगा आरपी को, फाइन. एनी कॉस्ट दैट यू हैव डन टू रन द बिजनेस, एनी कॉस्ट दैट इज गवर्नमेंट एक्सपेंस, यू नो एनसीएलटी फ्री में कुछ नहीं लेगा, उसके लिए फॉर्म फाइलिंग है, एंड एनी अदर कॉस्ट. Liquidation cost, liquidator, this is second part. If you are finally concluding that CIRP cannot work, या 180 plus 90 days खत्म हो गया, फिर भी हमारा कोई conclusion ही नहीं आया, no plan was approved, no plan even was given by anybody, no issues, हम winding up में जाएंगे, liquidation में जाएंगे, and liquidation करने का जो खर्चा होगा, that is liquidation cost, and the person who will be liquidator, और वो भी कोई और नहीं है, आईपी ही है. सो मैम आईपी उसका रजिस्ट्री है, करेक्ट. इफ आई एम रजिस्टर्ड एज अ सीएस, यस I can be CS, but when I'm working as a secretarial auditor, when I'm working as a compliance officer, I can have different roles to play. So definitely I'll go with a different role, different timing. So this person is also playing different role. He can be IRP, he can be RP, he can be liquidator as well. And resolution professional means the person who is appointed to conduct CIRP. तो जब मुझे CIRP के लिए अपॉइंट किया गया, मैं RP हूँ. जब मुझे इंसॉल्वेंसी के लिए किया गया, मैं IP हूँ. जब मुझे टेम्पररीली किया गया IRP, एंड मुझे बंद करने के लिए अपॉइंट किया गया है लिक्विडेटर. मैम who can initiate this procedure? It can be financial creditor, operational creditor, or corporate debtor itself. Fine. मैम अगर फाइनेंशियल क्रेडिटर ने किया तो क्या कर सकता है? आइदर जॉइंटली, इंडिविजुअली, आपकी मर्जी है, राइट. एंड मेक श्योर इफ यू आर अप्लाइंग टू एडजुडिकेटिंग अथॉरिटीज ऑलरेडी वी नो दैट एनसीएलटी, जब डिफॉल्ट हुआ है, करो एप्लीकेशन, प्लीज गिव अस द डेटा ऑफ आईयू, please give us the name of RP if you propose any, and any other information which can prove the default. Ma'am, what if it is operational creditor? Fine. Whether it is operational creditor, if there is a default, deliver a demand notice for demanding the payment. और ये 10 days के लिए आपको वेट करना है. या तो 10 days में आपको रिप्लाई ही नहीं आया, या 10 days में आपको कंपनी ने स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड बोला कि भैया जो करना है करो, हमको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, हम पेमेंट नहीं करने वाले. So either that, and one more declaration, there is no dispute. Make sure if there is dispute, NCLT will not take your case. उसके पास बहुत काम करने को है. वो आपका dispute resolve करने के लिए अभी नहीं बैठी है. So you go resolve your dispute. When you are into IBC, your dispute should not be there. So you have to make sure, give a notice if there is an existence of any dispute, pendency of any suit, please don't come here. And repayment of operational rate. So I said, give us bank statement which can prove that देखो आप चेक कर लो मेरे बैंक अकाउंट में हमेशा सैलरी आता है, हमेशा सप्लाई का पेमेंट इसी बैंक अकाउंट में आता है, एक भी एंट्री इस बार नहीं है, इन 10 days में भी नहीं है. So if you have such proof, please give it. अगर आपको पेमेंट मिल गई ना तो ग्रेट है, फिर यहाँ पे आने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. So ma'am, finally we went and applied, and finally NCLT accepted the case. If accepted, then it is 180 days from the admission of application to initiate the procedure, and ये पूरा complete करना है 180 में. Ma'am, नहीं हो पाया तो कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं. We will go with some changes also. We will go with some changes, but yes, अगर ये नहीं भी accept हो पाया, कोई trouble नहीं है. वो नहीं accept कर पाया भी changes के साथ, definitely आप जा सकते हो आगे, एक्सटेंशन मांग लो, और एक्सटेंशन अगर मिला तो भी 90 दिन का मिलेगा. So that is something about time limit. Now you can check here. There are 2 more dates I'm telling you. If it is applied to NCLT through this financial creditor, so when application is made, date of application is called initiation date. Initiation of insolvency process. So I can say corporate insolvency process. And अगर acceptance की बात करूं by NCLT, so we know that commencement. So there is commencement of CIRP. CIRP means corporate insolvency resolution process. So एक है commencement, एक है initiation. So this is all I can say about this chapter. और कुछ वर्कआउट नहीं किया तो कोई बात नहीं, हम बाद में लिक्विडेशन करेंगे, पर रिग्रेट नहीं करेंगे कि हमने कुछ किया नहीं था. We tried our best. And अगर हमें लिक्विडेशन करना पड़ा तो सीक्वेंस दे रखा है पेमेंट का. So number 1 जो हम सबसे पहले पे करेंगे, इंटरेस्टिंग है, अगर वाइंडिंग अप कंपनीज एक्ट का होता तो सबसे पहले वो सिक्योर क्रेडिटर को पे करने की बात करता है, और यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं. इन्होंने बोला सबसे पहले CIRP कॉस्ट. पहले तुम कॉर्पोरेट इंसॉल्वेंसी रिजोल्यूशन प्लान प्रोसेस की जो कॉस्ट लगी है ना, सबसे पहली प्रायोरिटी है. सो आई एम सेइंग प्रायोरिटी नंबर 1. ओके मैम. सो नेक्स्ट, वन मोर थिंग. This is the priority sequence. Let's directly do from here. So number 1 is insolvency process cost, जिसको हम पहले पे करेंगे, paid in full हो जाए, उसके बाद हम creditors के बारे में सोचेंगे, और हम जैसे winding up companies act का करते. If you have learned in accountancy, there was one chapter winding up, and जहाँ पे आप statement of affairs बनाते थे company का, when any company was into winding up, पर वो companies act के हिसाब से था. So ma'am, companies act and IBC is having similar sequence? No. This second name of this is waterfall arrangement or waterfall agreement. So waterfall arrangement means पानी जब ऊपर से गिरता है वापस ऊपर नहीं जाएगा. So this sequence cannot be changed. If anybody is trying to do something where you have to change the sequence, make sure that deal with will be void, 100% void. So यहाँ पे हम workmen और secure creditors को equally treat करने वाले हैं. हम दोनों को प्रोपोर्शनेटली पे करेंगे सबसे पहले। अगर फुल अपने पास बहुत पैसा निकल रहा है कोई बात नहीं, तुम डायरेक्टली पे कर दो फुल्ली, बट नहीं निकल रहा है तो गो विद प्रपोर्शन। एंड मेक श्योर सेकंड प्रायोरिटी में हम जो वर्कमैन का ड्यूज बाकी है वो सिर्फ 24 महीने का देंगे। मैम आई हैव पेंडिंग ड्यूज ऑफ 36 मंथ्स, मेक श्योर आपको अभी के लिए सेकंड सीक्वेंस में तो 24 महीने का ही मिलेगा। थर्ड, वेजेस, unpaid dues, right, other than this workman, so any employees usko 12 mahine ke liye. Then we will go with the unsecured one. Then we will go with the following: government dues and debt which is still pending with the secured creditor. अब यहाँ पे इंटरेस्टिंग चीज है मैम, सिक्योर क्रेडिटर यहाँ पे भी है, यहाँ पे भी है। जब सिक्योर क्रेडिटर क्लियर है कि कंपनी डूब रही है तो उसके पास सिक्योरिटी तो है, ही इज ऑलरेडी हैविंग सिक्योरिटी टू सेव द असेट जो सिक्योरिटी या कोलैटरल में रखा गया था। नाउ सिक्योर क्रेडिटर सोचेगा मैं खुद बेचने जाऊं कि लिक्विडेटर और जो इंसॉल्वेंसी प्रोफेशनल वो इसी काम के लिए तो रखा गया। नाउ इट्स क्वाइट पॉसिबल दैट बैंक विल फील व्हाई शुड आई गो, why should I sell, I have to go with the auctions and everything, and this is not my job, this is not something that I need to do. So it's quite possible that secure creditor will say to liquidator that ये property आप रखो, go sell it and आप अपने हिसाब से मुझे priority में pay करो। If secure creditor is relinquish this right of selling the asset and giving this asset back to liquidator and he's going to be paid like that, he'll be having here the sequence is here. मैम व्हाट इफ वो खुद ही सेल करके है, हाँ तो तुम खुद ट्राई कर लो यार, नो इश्यूज। इफ यू हैव सोल्ड इट बाय योरसेल्फ मेक श्योर अगर आपने खुद सेल किया तो खुद सेल करने पे ये होगा कि अगर कुछ पैसा अभी भी शॉर्टफॉल रह गया है तो आप यहाँ पे आओगे। सो डेट ओड टू सिक्योर क्रेडिटर फॉर एनी अमाउंट अनपेड फॉलोइंग एनफोर्समेंट, मतलब ऑलरेडी सेल कर चुका है, he already sold the asset, the loan was of 70 lakhs but asset could fetch only 35 lakhs, so still he is having something pending and that pending will be the sequence. And last अगर इसके बाद भी कुछ बचा कुछ डेट हो तो प्लीज पे एंड प्रेफरेंस एंड इक्विटी। मैम वाइंडिंग अप कंपनीज एक्ट का कुछ ऐसा ही था नहीं, ये सच में लैंडमार्क है, सच में एक काइंड ऑफ रिकॉर्ड ब्रेकिंग है। गवर्नमेंट कभी अपने आप को प्रायोरिटी ना दे ऐसा नहीं हो सकता, बट इस एक्ट में गवर्नमेंट ने किया है। You see, in winding up, government was on 3rd position. Here, government is on 5th position. पहले unsecured creditor को दिया है, जबकि winding up में government पीछे था, पहले नहीं था। So this is something. This is how they will be paid, right? And ma'am, इसके अंदर कौन सा property include होता है when we are talking about finally paying all the people? तो प्रॉपर्टी में क्या आएगा, ये प्रॉपर्टी में आएगा। So this is just for your knowledge extra. This is not covered in your book. In your material, this is not covered. This is just extra for the knowledge that what will be included in the asset while payment and what is not included, because we call it as liquidation estate. In your course, only liquidation estate meaning is covered. What will be included, what is not included is not covered. So I hope you are clear with this part. This is called CIRP. So this is a part of your one chapter and part of it called CIRP, that is Corporate Insolvency Resolution Process. So this is the final thing that I can say. ये एक conclusion है that I can say the whole procedure in a summarized manner, which is covered in your course. The only thing is one reading is pending that okay, यही चीज अभी हमें notes में से पढ़ना है. So this is a summarized one. Let's have a look. Insolvency situation, bankruptcy is a final conclusion. Before you go bankrupt, please try for yourself to resolve the insolvency. If you are going with insolvency issues, you have two acts, IBC or Winding Up Companies Act. Winding Up Companies Act is altogether a different thing. Don't go for it if you want to be revived and what you want to still give a try to yourself. Then if you talk about IBC, we have two type of authorities. One is regulatory, one is adjudicating. Regulatory is having one authority, that is IBBI, newly created by central government, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. और अगर आपको इसके बारे में जानना है, you have a full website given, ibbi.gov.in. आप उस पे जा सकते हो. IBBI is the authority who's controlling three more authorities, IPA, IP and IU. IPA is the agency where all the IP database details, everything is registered. IP is the professional who gave the exam and pass out and got the membership and working in this act, and IU is the information utility, जहाँ पे हर financial data register है. Then adjudicating authority. Ma'am, एक क्वेश्चन, ऑपरेशनल क्रेडिटर का भी आईयू में रजिस्टर होता है? चांसेस आर वेरी लेस. इफ इट इज, यू कैन ब्रिंग द डेटा फ्रॉम दैट. इफ नॉट, देन फाइन. सो प्रैक्टिकली आई ओसी का रेयरली रजिस्टर होता है. इसीलिए अगर आप लॉ का लैंग्वेज भी देखोगे ना, दे हैव सेड दैट फाइनेंशियल क्रेडिटर नीड टू गिव इट, शेल गिव, and OC may give if there is any, right? So these are the authority. This is something just for your knowledge that non-corporate के लिए DRT है, DRAT है, and Supreme Court है. Corporate के लिए NCLT, aggrieved then NCLT and Supreme Court. Time bound. Now we can say why time bound. Then creditor driven, fully financial creditor. हाँ बोले तो हाँ, ना बोले तो ना. मतलब उन्होंने पूरा इतना प्लान बनाने के बाद लास्ट में ना बोल के धजिया उड़ा दी तो कोई बात नहीं, तुमको ना ही बोलना. यू डोंट हैव एनी चॉइस बिकॉज दिस इज फुल्ली क्रेडिटर्स ड्रिवन. पैसा उन्हीं का अटका है बॉस, तो उन्हीं का चलना चाहिए. सो 3 people can go with either FC or OC or company itself. अगर गए तो NCLT में जाएंगे, या एक्सेप्ट होगा या रिजेक्ट होगा. एक्सेप्ट होगा तो IRP आएगा, IRP आएगा तो COC बनाएगा, COC आएगा तो डिसाइड करेगा RP रहेगा. IRP ही RP बनेगा या नया आएगा. RP आया, RA को बुलाया, RA जो आया प्लान लेके आया, और अगर प्लान लेके आया so let's accept it or reject it. If accepted, you are under CIRP and you will be taken care by another company or some finance or anything like that. If mana kar diya, finally boss, I'm sorry, aapka kuch nahi ho sakta, now go for liquidation. That would be the final wording of NCLT. This is all about CIRP. Hope you are hope you're supposed to read this. You should be reading it. Please check this notes. Once you are done with the handwritten notes, please check the main notes and then decide whether you need any revision or not. So thank you so much. This was all about CIRP would take you towards winding up an upcoming thing. Thank you so much.